morning, dribblers. I don't know what time it is on the East Coast. Peace. But I'm not on the East Coast. If you follow me on Instagram, you know where I'm at. Caught me up early. Peace. Good morning, everybody. Y'all share this live stream as y'all come in. Harlem Shakur. What's going on? Long time no see. What's up with the Hot Betty Spice line? Ain't heard from you. We got to continue to push that pro-life, pro-health storyline. You watching the Olympics? Nah, they on right now. Let me get the remote. Did the NBA players play? Did they play yet? There's too many goddamn channels on this TV and shit. I'm gonna have hell finding that shit. I needed to hear that. Get your dribble right. Ain't nothing changed. What are you doing? What are you doing? Gary, Indiana. If you want to sell something, you got to keep something to sell. Yes, it's going to sell at its leisure, but it'll sell faster if you're pushing it, if you're posting it. I bought some soursop bitters last night and some black seed oil bitters last night. I wasn't even looking for it. I seen an Instagram ad, went to the page, they had some shit that I needed. I caught right on the spot. They're playing in the morning around 5:30. 5:30 on the East Coast? What time is it where you at, Harlem? 5 on the West Coast. 5:30 a.m. I'm on the West Coast right now. Well, I'm on the beginning of the gateway. I'm at the gateway to the West Coast. He said, what's the dribble? Came in here to kick it a little bit. I want to talk a little 50 Cent of Rick Ross. I made a post on Instagram. It's going crazy right now. Rose, he's trolling 50 Cent. He said that 50 Cent, he put a video out of 50 Cent's ex-girl. What's her name? Black China, some shit. What's the girl name? He posted a video of her getting in the car with Travis Scott. 50 Cent don't care about no chicks, yo. 50 Cent don't care about no chicks, yo. That's not trolling 50 and shit. He trying to get back after 50. 50 was teasing him about his security getting beat down again. Cuban Link, I called her Black China. He said it's all the same dating pool. 50 Cent don't care about no chicks. If you read 50 Cent's books, if you listen to his audio books, 50 Cent only care about one thing. He only care about one thing. Y'all should know that by now. Didn't y'all see the post that Megan Good wrote? Said she was dating 50 Cent. He didn't give her shit. Didn't buy her shit. If that's one nigga, man, who ain't, he sticks to his disciplines. 50 Cent is disciplined like a motherfucker. He sticks to it. I like to establish that same level of discipline. That's why I follow him so. That's why I follow him so much. I read his books. I listened to Hustle Smarter, Not Harder. That too had an impact on me. From reading that book, I knew that at some point I was gonna stop smoking weed. I did. It was other things, but 50 Cent actually planted the seed and shit. said 50 Cent don't care about no shorties. What time is it on the East Coast right now? Good morning, by the way. Eddie George is a cool dude, man. Cool dude. I posted that picture on Instagram. I got a lot of different stories about Eddie. It's 8 a.m. on the East Coast. So what y'all, 2 hours ahead I'm in Denver, Colorado. What y'all, 2 hours ahead? Tony Yale, goofy, talking about he did 10 years in jail for $10 million. You can tell he never been past Rikers Island. You can die in jail, and you could make way more than 10 million in 10 years on the streets. All you got to do is apply yourself. If you believe in your dribble, why would you forfeit your liberty for some money and shit? Money is just paper. That's all it is and shit. It's not worth your biological clock. Niggas be tripping. He said for 100 million. I'm not doing no fucking 10 years in jail for nothing. Money can't compare to your freedom, yo. Now, Eddie George was way bigger than me, man. He's 6'3". It's known that he was like one of the tallest running backs ever. Rico Frank said 100 mils worth the 10 years. You out of your damn mind, man. Ain't nothing worth your life, man. Your freedom, your health, that's a gift from God and shit. You can't sell that off for no fucking $100 million, man. You can get that $100 million and get out and die. You can get out to get your 100 million and die. Or you can get out to get your 100 million and fall sick. Then it won't be worth nothing to you. Didn't you hear about Steve Jobs? Didn't you hear what Steve Jobs said? He said he wished he had spent his life living life a little bit more, man, as opposed to chasing money and shit like that. Steve Jobs. He said you might not even make it home from the 10 years. Exactly. So these dudes never did no time, Gully. It's obvious. Like, who would even say some shit like that? I'm not going to jail for nothing, yo. Let me show you something. You see that? That's what you get when you're free. I ain't even stepped out on the balcony yet, but you see where I'm going with it. God damn, my skin is incredible. This is Denver, Colorado. I'm on the balcony. I'm on the 10th floor. It's a bunch of hotels lined up and shit. I don't know what that is over there. I'm in like a hotel district though. It's a bunch of hotels lined up. I think that's the Rocky Mountains out there somewhere. He said downtown Denver got some bad women. Boom, boom, boom. Denver restaurants suck. I can't tell, man. I had an incredible dinner last night. Norfolk, what up? You see what I got with me and shit. You see that tripod? That tripod is taking me all over the world, y'all. He said the Rockies are west of the city of Denver. Okay, I know I'm breathing a little bit different. He said, dudes is tripping. I went to see my homeboy in prison last week. I couldn't imagine being in there doing time. Working vacation. I'm never on vacation. Even when I'm on vacation, I'm working. No matter where I go to, I got a camera with me. I'm actually at a jewelry convention. I was booked to cover a jewelry convention, the Halal Jewelry Convention. You're gonna see a bunch of gemologists today, black ones too. Some truck jewelry, some diamonds. We're gonna learn about diamonds. Um, I was in a conversation with a gemologist last night. He was explaining that the difference between moissanite and diamonds. Moissanite is not a fake diamond. It's real moissanite. Moissanite is a stone, but that's just what it is. It's a stone. It's moissanite, but it's not a fake diamond. Diamonds and moissanite is two different things and shit. If you did time, you would cherish your freedom more. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Good morning. Detective Bill Courtney saying anything now. When he said that when he said that Tupac got attacked in jail, that was some bullshit. Tupac is a Shakur. Mutulu Shakur was a stepfather. It was people from that Brooklyn, I think it was called the Brooklyn 21 case. It was people from them, the Black Panthers still in prison, political prisoners from back in the day. Tupac was royalty when he got to the prison system, man. It was dudes up in there, man, that would die for him and shit because he being an offspring of the Black Panthers. My man said, I did a reaction to them. I worked in the Diamond District. The pull-up champ said, I ain't been in the SCI since 2013. I've been out of the penitentiary 20 years and shit. I maxed out in 2004. Never went back. Came home, became Gully TV in 2004. Never looked back. He said, E-Money Bags, people looked out for him too. The Mile House City. Athletes go train in Colorado for endurance. Elevation affects your breathing. I slept with my window in my balcony slightly cracked. Very, very fresh air. I don't think I ever breathed this quality of air before. I don't know whether I thought I was gonna be I thought it was gonna affect me or something like that, because I always heard them talking about people who go to play football in Mile High, or people who, like when the Lakers played Denver, that the Lakers would probably be fatigued or something like that because of the altitude. I don't know how that shit worked out. I know that the air quality is incredibly clear. You can almost taste it. Good morning. Gully, I've been on a healthy diet but still trying to gain healthy weight. If you want to gain weight, lift weights. Muscle is heavier than fat. Get in the gym, pimp. Lift some iron. Johnny Smith said, I was trying to catch up to meet you yesterday. Meet me where? So your journey, would you have done anything different from that time you got out of 04? Nah, not really. Nope. Everything went the way it was supposed to go, and it's going great. I tell you what I appreciate the most is my maturity and my mental growth. I do. I've learned a lot, especially like the last 2 years. I learned a whole lot. I'm talking about at an accelerated rate. It's probably reflected in my character. I'm pretty sure it is. Y'all can see differences in me, but a couple rotten things happened to me. It was somebody very, very close to me. It wasn't a girl, it was a guy very, very close to me. He did something. And when he did what he did, it changed me forever and shit. I knew that the best policy was to be introvert. Less is more. Less is more. If you come across a good friend, and you probably not gonna have a lot. I'm talking about a real friend. I'm talking about friendship with no flaws and shit. You should cherish that shit because that friendship is a blessing. Less is more. Men are, you never know when that jealousy shit, you never know when that shit will be triggered in a man. Niggas got that shit in them. Some of us got the glow. Everybody don't got it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, I've been winning most of my life. Like, I only lost in the courtroom. But outside of the courtroom, I've been winning my whole life. I always had girls. I was always a top-notch athlete. I was always winning at sports, got a lot of trophies, accolades. I was getting scholarship offers in junior high school and shit like that. Some niggas just got it and shit. I got it. I always had it and shit. And everybody wasn't born that way. And you have to be born with it and shit. You're not gonna pick it up along the way. Half a Mil, my favorite rapper, he said, not everybody's chosen, just a few. I'm one of the chosen few and shit. And I appreciate everything that's happened to me. Don't have no regrets. Appreciate the tragedies, the turmoil. You don't get no lessons by winning. You get the lessons when you take a loss and shit. That's the only way to learn. But it's people in my life right now. Pardon me. It's people that's not in my life right now that wish they were. I just say that. Don't regret nothing that happens. You know what I'm saying? When a relationship comes to an end, let it be that. You know what I'm saying? Because it opens the door for something greater. Straight like that. Gully, see all the mookery at the Olympics? He said mookery. He said mookery. The fuck is mookery? Yo. He said, I see you move solo a lot, bruh. Yeah. I had you could say like an organization at a point in time. Gully TV, it was an organization, but it was nobody's dream but mine. So I'm the only one that's gonna stick to it. But niggas don't be right, man. Niggas don't be right, man. I'm telling you, man. You never know what a nigga gonna do, man. And that's just it. Less is more and shit. And I'm very introverted. I move off independent thought, lead by example, but less is more, trust me. I thought that I was gonna have a situation like Jay-Z, you know how you got Tata and Emery and, The Rock. started out like that, or I thought it was gonna be like that, but I had to get the fuck away from them niggas, yo. Get them niggas the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? Because my travels, there's been blessings the whole way. You know what I mean? Like I said, I met Eddie George yesterday. Shit like that happens to me all the time and shit. And that ain't that's not for everybody. It ain't gonna be that way. My man said it's never that way. Nope. Nope. I had a guy around me I took to a business meeting. I took this guy that was around me to a business meeting and tried to interject him into a position, right? And after we got done at the meeting, we went back to this condo we were staying in and shit. It was an Airbnb. And this nigga got on the phone and told somebody else my plan, a plan that I had sparked. It was for us. It was for us, but I was basically including him into a position, into an opportunity that somebody presented to me. I get presented with opportunities all the time. This nigga got on the phone in front of me. It was almost like he forgot I was standing there and told a motherfucker the plan. Man, my mouth dropped to the floor. I couldn't fucking believe this shit. This nigga had been around me a long time, man. And I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck is you doing? Like, I couldn't believe that shit. I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck is you doing? This shit was crazy, man. This shit was crazy as fuck. And when he realized what the fuck, that I wasn't feeling what he did, he tried to make a joke out of it. He was like, all these niggas out here want to be like you and shit. I'm looking at this nigga like, I knew right then and there, right on the spot, I was never coming around this. I was never going to be around this nigga. Never no more in life. Never no more in life. I knew it. Right on the spot. And the next day, I went on with my travels, left him behind, and I don't fuck with the nigga to this day and shit. I don't. He tried to apologize and shit like that. It's nothing to talk about, pimp. Like I said, everybody's not chosen, just a few. Like, he was blessed to be in my presence and shit. He don't even know that. That's how niggas move, though. Your limelight was his for the moment. Jay Stokes, I appreciate your super chat. He said, your thoughts on El Mayo getting captured. Who was that, a drug lord or some shit? I don't even know who that is, pimp. He said, word, after that it's clipped. Yeah, I couldn't fuck with him no more, man. I done had this nigga in other countries with me and shit. It was my idea to go to the other country and shit. It wasn't him going, traveling abroad. That wasn't even a part of his comprehension. That wasn't even a part of his agenda and shit. We done been out in other countries riding horseback and shit like that, like living it up. But that's not his world. That's not his life and shit. That's my life. Shit. He said El Chapo's son. It'll be another one, man. It's probably a bigger El Chapo son, man. Like, as soon as you get booked, somebody step in your shoes, man. He's yesterday's news. If he was on the run, he had already been replaced. Trust me. Top of the morning, he said it's hard to find trust. On the other hand, right? Me, I'm a Libra, if that means anything to anybody. But we have traits. I'm loyal to, I'm almost loyal to my detriment often. You know what I'm saying? For instance, Let me tell you another lesson I learned. This just happened recently. Do not let anybody borrow any money. Don't do it. Don't let nobody borrow no money. If you care about them, if you can give it to them, just give it to them and shit. Niggas don't pay money back. People don't pay money back. If it's a significant amount, it's gonna be some bullshit. The way you give it to them, that's not gonna be the way that you get it back. That's not gonna be the way. You know how you just, oh yeah, I got it. Here you go. You're not gonna get it back like that, straight up. Like, I learned that recently and shit. You can't do that, man. Motherfuckers don't pay money back, man. At my age, I've learned that 90% of people will sacrifice the whole relationship that you have with them for some money, just to keep your money. A motherfucker borrow money from you and have no intentions of paying it back. Like, how the fuck do that work out? How do you even come up with some shit like that in your mind? He said, 9 people asked me for money last week. I ain't giving a motherfucker shit. Never, no more. Don't ask, period. If you ain't my mama, and that's somebody who I'm just gonna give it to, don't give your money to people, man. Like, I went through some things with some people about some money recently. Like, keep asking me for money and shit. Like, I'm building an empire. I ain't done building. Like, people will pay attention to your progress. It's like almost like pocket watching and shit. They'll pay attention to your progress and assume that you have it. You know what I'm saying? They'll assume that, he said, I remember giving a chick some money until she got her check. Then she get mad because she was supposed to give me my money back. I'm going through that right now and shit. She don't even know she already cut off. I done already wrote the money off and shit. It's been like 4 months. I done already wrote it out. Bitch, you not paying me back. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just get the fuck away from you and shit. You can remove me from your list of resources. That's what happened. You ultimately lose the resource. When you don't pay back, you lose access to the resource for further, you might need to borrow again and shit like that. You just lose the contact. Just take me off the list and shit. He said, what's that phrase you got about not showing him anything? I can ask me for nothing, so I can pretend that I don't have anything. Oh, I came off the top of my head with that. It makes a lot of sense. I told niggas around me that too. I said, when you got a little bit of everything, you gotta pretend like you don't got nothing at all. That's the safest policy and shit. I'm gonna say that again for everybody that's here. When you got a little bit of everything, you gotta pretend like you don't got nothing at all. That's some real shit right there, and it's effective and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers wouldn't borrow nothing from me if I pretend like I was broke. The crazy part is how they try to pay back. I'm removing myself from the line of fire when it comes to that and shit. Don't even think borrow from Jamil. That's dead. You know what I'm saying? Because of what some other motherfuckers did. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah, they burn bridges. He said they try to pay back in installments, but that's not how I gave it to you. Yup. He said I didn't give family small so they don't ask no more. It was a video Jay-Z had out about somebody said that he said I guess he said he don't go around a lot of family functions because when he do, somebody gonna walk up to him and ask him for something, ask him for some type of money or some shit. He said, I go to a family reunion or something, and one of my cousins pop up and say, hey, cousin, I need 4,800. I'm going to make us millions. And he said he won't give it to him. I understand. I do. I do. It don't matter how much money Hov got. It's not about Hov and how much money he got. It's about the person that's asking for the money and shit. You're not gonna get it back. Your investment ain't gonna go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know your family before you do it. Like, you already know what the fuck they capable of doing and shit like that. You, millions of dollars, they don't even go together and shit. You know what I mean? Peace. Top of the morning. He said, but what's 4,500 to a billion? Come on. It's his money. Money ain't to be jacked off. Money can change lives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? A cousin that'll ask you for some money but ain't working in the organization already, that's a red flag. Why aren't you working with me? Why don't you work for me? Why aren't you asking me for a job or an employment opportunity? You asking me to give you some money. That's a broken train of thought right there. Like, that's a red flag right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cousins and you don't work for me already, or you ain't down with me already. You're supposed to be down with me when I was. How do you wait until I become a billionaire to get down? Motherfucker, you supposed to bend down and shit. You was supposed to bend down when I made the first 50 G's. You was supposed to be down and shit. How you let me get to a billion before you ask for some paper? Like, it don't make sense. Like, you supposed to bend down. By the time my cousin get to a billion, I'm already have my own M's, man. Nigga, what you doing? I done been got down and shit. You ain't gotta give me no fucking money. Give me a broomstick, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Give me a broom, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me a mop and a mop bucket and shit. I'm bent down. I'm bent down with the organization and shit. Motherfucker asking for 4,800. And you grown? The fuck out of here, man. Get your ass a ski mask, my nigga. You want something from me? Get your ass a ski mask and shit. You should figure it out after that. He said, people watch your progress thinking you're going to fall, but once you become successful, they want to be down. Yeah, yeah. That ski mask line, that tickle y'all, huh? I got that from Ice-T. That was in his book, The Ice Opinion. Ice-T said, a nigga asked me for some money. I gave him a ski mask and a starter pistol. Yo! He said, I gave him a ski mask and a starter pistol and shit, man. The funny shit is, he gave him the starter pistol so he can't kill nobody. Yo! Ice Opinion. He said, that's why when you move, you all alone. Yeah. He said, Scheme was clowning you about doing DoorDash. Feel sorry for Scheme, man. Scheme's a broken black man. He's a broken black man. I don't expect somebody like Scheme to embrace or understand my logic and shit like that. I don't. I don't. Just the same way that he don't understand my logic. I'm somebody who never posted my Cash App. You don't see donate to my channel. I never asked y'all for donations and shit. I'm 100% independent. That should tell you something about me and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a go-getter. It's in my blood. I have a strategy that I'm applying and shit. I'm constantly learning. I told y'all, you could watch this video. It's on Al Prophet's channel. It's called The Richest Black Man in Detroit. Check that video out. See if it makes a difference in your life and shit. I don't know what's wrong with these niggas, man. Why they so upset with me about DoorDash and shit? Why they so upset? You see that right there? That's a wallet full of credit cards and shit. You see what's next to it? That's a mint. That's cash money and shit. You only get that from working and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what to say, man. Oh, I don't know what to say. I'm out here getting the check. Somebody flew me out here to cover the event. I'm established in life. I can DoorDash. I can live off DoorDash money. All the rest of my earnings, that shit is invested and piling up. Like, I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire real shortly. And I don't expect nobody to understand it. I probably will continue to do other jobs while while my millions are incurred. I'm not gonna stop working. I'm not. This is a knowledge that I came in. I told y'all at the beginning of this video. I'm still maturing psychologically and shit like that. So I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing is effective and shit. And I shared that DoorDash with y'all so y'all can figure out what y'all gonna do to enhance your situation. You dig? I already, I already got a little bit of everything. I got jewelry. I got closet full of furs, closet full of fly shit. Got cameras. I got companies. You know what I mean? I got a little bit of everything and shit. Some people don't got nothing at all. But yeah, when you got a little bit of everything, you should pretend like you don't have anything at all. Shit. One of these days, everything I'm saying to you gonna make sense. You know what don't make sense? A nigga like Scheme Team online begging. The rest of these niggas begging. That don't make sense. I had a wild out dude. We used to wash drug dealers' cars in the early 90s on Gun Hill Road, but this wild cowboy Tommy used to want to flex. I know women that's in the nursing field at DoorDash, do Instacart, they feel like the grind don't stop. It don't. He said, keep rising above the hate. He said, no more dispensary packs? Nah, I don't smoke weed no more. I can't endorse no weed if I don't smoke it and shit. Hustle is a hustle, Gully. These dudes still don't get it. I think it's only our community. It is our community. And our community is the community that's doing the less. Niggas don't own nothing. Niggas, when you go to the hair shop, you don't buy your hair for black people. When you go to the nail shop, a black person ain't doing your nails and shit. When you go buy food, you're not buying it from a black person. Black people don't really have anything. There's some of us that do. But it took me 20 years to get right and shit. I was always getting on this platform telling y'all, trying to get my dribble right. I got my dribble right now and shit. My man said, I'm traveling to Canada and Salt Lake later this year, and I'm not paying. People fly me out to hear my ideas. That's what's up. He said, I always do things like that to keep me grounded and connected to my community. If I had the real knowledge of DoorDash and Instacart and shit like that, let's call it remote work. When you can pick up your phone or your laptop and work and make money, that's called working remotely, I believe. Yeah. When you see those communities, they call them workspaces. You'll go in there and you see a motherfucker with a laptop with their headphones on. They might be a debt collector. They might be selling insurance. But I wasn't I wasn't hip to all the opportunities online to make money from your home. You know what I'm saying? From your cell phone and shit like that. I wasn't hip. I didn't know. I didn't. But once a person like me finds out some shit like that, you don't want a person like me to find that information because I grew up selling crack, running up the cars and shit like that. 24 hours a day, year round. That's an insane work ethic and shit. You don't want to put a person with that type of background and work ethic into a situation where they can earn legitimately because nobody's gonna outwork a person that come from hustling on the curb. Nobody outworks us. We used to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all call it overtime and shit. We call it a good time. You know what I mean? He said, I got mad trades once I left New York. I'm going to tell you something, right? Once I got knowledge of DoorDash, I met other niggas who already been door dashing and Instacart and all of that type of shit. The information just started to flood into my inbox and DM like, yo, you door dashing, huh? Check this out. Check this company out. And then I got an email, well, a text message from some company that offered me a job. It just came to my email and shit. And they was telling me how I could work at home and they'll train me. They'll train me at my computer and shit like that. I'm like, man, what the fuck? They will train me to perform a job on my laptop. They'll train me for free. They need X amount of they need X amount of people to join this organization. I can't remember the name of it. But they like, man, they'll train me remotely on a computer for free to perform this job while sitting at a laptop and shit. Like, man, this is insane. Like, I couldn't believe this shit. You mean you can get to a point in life where you don't even have to go to job interviews, or you don't even have to look for employment? Employment start looking for you. Money, connections, networking opportunities start looking for you. That's crazy as fuck. Like, I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I'm like, that's when you start understanding you was living in the dark side and shit. Like, the streets, it got a roof, it got a ceiling and shit. It ain't no motherfuckers in the streets don't be sharing no information. They don't want you to get ahead of them. Like, they're not gonna tell you the next. They're not gonna tell you the next door to run through. You don't even encounter those types of people and shit. It's a very, very dark world. He said, and they give you the laptop. Man, I didn't know that. Like, this is let me remind y'all something, right? I went to fucking prep school. Do y'all know that? Let's just erase the whole Gully TV thing. I went to prep school. I was a basketball player. I went to prep school. I got a good education. Do y'all know that I'm sharp as a motherfucker? Y'all know I'm intelligent. I had a 3.56 grade point average in school. Right? Then I went to college. I was nominated president of the Black Action Society as a freshman. Do y'all know that? So, some of the things that I encountered in life, I wasn't even supposed to go that road. Y'all, I was I wasn't even supposed to go that route and shit. I wasn't supposed to go to prison, a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? I was living a life other than myself, other than a path that was chosen for me and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said, what school? Mercier's Prep. He said, it's sadness and metal and funerals in the streets. Peace, Gully. I'm on the road, truck driver. You keep me going, bro. The realest thing doing this shit. He said they will give you the laptop. I was with Time Warner. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. The motherfucking the information just came to my email and shit. I'm like, damn, man. Life really is beautiful. It really is. He said Time Warner Cable paid it all. He said, yeah, you intelligent. It ain't hard to tell. I am. He said this was in '08. He said all great basketball players go to prep school. Yeah, I used to wear a tie to school. I used to wear a tie to school. The rest of these niggas online, they story not like that. I wore a cardigan and a tie to school. Penny loafers. Sperry's and shit. You know what I mean? I had some Fila Docksiders one time too. Y'all ain't even know that Fila made leather moccasins. I had some before. Shit was butter. He said, man, Jules dropped on this live. Yeah, it's ironic that you said that because I'm at a jewelry convention right now. I'm gonna show y'all some jewelry later on today. Black owned people. You know what I'm saying? Black gemologists. We need black gemologists. We need to know more about diamonds and shit like that. We like to spend money on it. We need some black people that we can trust that's not gonna cheat us. Just gonna tell us what it is and shit. He said, God make life beautiful. It's a blessing. He said, West State. I'm in Denver, Colorado. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, black gemologists. They call the halal. The company's called Halal. But y'all gonna see him later on and shit. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna introduce him to y'all. One of these guys, he's a follower of Gully TV. He's been following my platform for some time and shit. And they getting busy. He said Rockports and Clarks with them ties and uniforms. Yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Good morning. Denver in the building. My man said, I've gotten similar text message and emails and thought it was a spam. I need to look into them shits. Nah, it probably wasn't a spam. It probably came to you from someplace else that you was employed at or someplace else that you placed your email. He said the NFL season starts in 40 days. It'll be great to see you on Zip preview it. I've been watching some shit. I've been watching Aaron Rodgers over there with the Jets. I don't know how informed Zip is on football, but ask him and shit. I thought about it. Gully, I know you'd be enjoying the mansions. The air is different in them affluent areas. Facts. I'm from Jersey, East Orange, and right now I'm in Colorado. We was people like support bloggers who wanted help themselves. Scheme would do better if he didn't have a victim mentality and get off gang time. Lack of education. Yeah. He said, yeah, someone sold your information. It's all good. My man said we was rocking the Fila moccasins in DC in the early 80s. I ain't even know that they made them, man. I walked in the Foot Locker one day. This is about a week before the first day of school. I said, what the fuck? Fila moccasins, leather joints. Look like Sperry's and shit with the laces, the leather laces and everything. Yeah, I had them joints. Bruh, start an open line where people can call up and answer questions. You man smart. I did that the other day. I just don't got the line with me. Back when I get back to my office, it's on again. Mr. CR, what up? I see Cameron mentioned Doc in a freestyle from y'all interview talking about Big Lee trying to extort him. Cameron is a cornball, yo. If y'all don't know what a cornball looks and act like, he's definitely a cornball and shit. You can put on 1,000 chains. You could. Cameron's a cornball. He is. Don't matter what he say and shit. If you could have played for any D1 school in the 90s, which one would it have been? Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech. A lot of cold basketball players come out of prep school. He said, what about Mace? I ain't about to sit here and bash them niggas. I'm going to just say this, right? I've said this before. Me, I'm more like Baby Mane and Za and Charlie Rambo than them niggas and shit. Them niggas is, it was square niggas around, man. You could be from the block and still be a square nigga and shit. You could be from the block and still be corny and shit like that. Just pay attention. Just pay attention. It's all there and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said seeing Dipset with the same mentality they had in '02 is disheartening. This is the same nigga that brought a beach chair to Madison Square Garden and got destroyed and shit by D Block. And then he got booed off the stage. Don't ever forget that. He said Cameron and Mason's like Beavis and Butthead, basically, yeah. My man said Cam is a businessman, always gets the bag. Money don't mean everything, yo. You see Melo's son balling out, dropped 40 the other day. Yeah, he's a killer, he get busy. Getting to the bag don't stop you from being corny. It don't at all. It don't. Good morning, everybody. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Let me ask you something. When you done watching them, what do you take from their show? When you done listening to them in conversation, what do you extract from the conversation and shit? Boom, boom, boom. You can't hide your corny behind your fashion, Riggs. Yeah. Did y'all see? I ain't gonna say it. Hey, yo. Did y'all see Cameron get up and try to chase down Coach K? Coach K fleed him and shit. Yo, Coach K fleed him and shit, man. That nigga came back to that desk. That nigga was hot. He immediately start trashing Coach K. Yo, terrible character judgment and shit. You could look at Coach K and tell what type of motherfucker he is, man. Like, just watching him on the sideline and shit. What you thought you was about to get a picture, or you thought he was gonna give you some love or something like that? You could look at him and tell what type of person he is and shit. All these dudes got white sugar daddy bosses they answer to. No rap in their vocabulary from rap to mainstream. He said Cam was selling dust to Wu-Tang, selling drugs for Dame, rap for Biggie, taught Shane how to hoop, put on Dipset. He has a legendary story. He said then he dry snitched on Coach K. Coach K had no nonsense. Yeah, you could tell. Good morning, everybody. I got some dope content for y'all later on. Original shit. He said he didn't even recruit hood dudes. You think he gonna stop for a pick? Iceman says Cam taught Sham God how to hoop. I interviewed Sham God. He never said no shit like that. I ain't heard from Ears to Christ in many, many years and shit. Family from Aurora, Colorado visiting there August 10th. I used to live there. It's real nice. I'm about to go lift some weights. It's a nice gym in this hotel. About to go get rocked up. About to go get all rocked up in the morning. He said it on the Knuckleheads podcast. Okay. Could be true. You know. Are you going to write another book? Definitely. That was my first skill set. Before the cameras, it was the pen. That's the first thing I ever did in media, writing. The hotel gym is the loneliest room. Not if you get there in the morning and shit. White people be in there on them treadmills. Just don't be no niggas in there. There don't be no niggas in there. Let's talk about Freeway for a minute. Freeway is the hottest rapper in Philly right now. That song that they got, well, it's him. It's Graf's song. It's called Rockefeller. It's Graf, Freeway, PD Crack. It's produced by 38 Special. That shit is blazing hot. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. He said the new Ollie Vegas is fire. This shit is called Rockefeller Chain. That's the shit. What book are you reading? 50 Laws of Power. 50 Cent and Robert Greene. 50 Cent has potent information for black men. 50 Cent is an excellent role model. He's nigga airtight. His dribble is superb. Disciplined. He the total package. Everybody should read books. You said you sold your stock. I did yesterday. I'm going to put it into my company. I'm going to have more money to invest in the stock market. Just right now, Elon Musk said on Twitter, man, he said people need to get out the way. He said we heading for a depression. I read the ISIS papers a long time ago, man, right, like around 95 or some shit like that. What's the self-improvement book? Naeem Akbar, The Community Itself. The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yeah. Nathan McCall, Makes Me Wanna Holler. Them is all good money. The Ice Opinion by Ice-T. Check out Cosmetology Bay for my book list. Stay on your justice, Cypher Divine. Thank you. I haven't heard your opinion on Sonya Massey. I was very disturbed by it. Bloodthirsty. Caucasian male, gunned her down. He deserves prison. He deserves to be sexed while in prison. I hope they bust his anus. It's just like, it's crazy. It don't make no sense, man. Gunned her down like that. I read makes me want to holler in a group home my 8th grade year. That's what's up. Every election season, A.G. Gaston. Black Titan is a good book. It's about a black man who was wealthy during Jim Crow. That sounds very interesting. He said How to Eat to Live is fire. I grew up on How to Eat to Live, and we didn't break a sweat during that coronavirus shit. We grew up eating bean soup, man, and shit like that. We wasn't tripping about that. We already knew what time it was. We already knew what our immune system was capable of fighting off and all of that. Like, a lot of the information that has been made popular by Dr. Sebi and people like that, it was implemented in How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That book been around for 50 some years and shit, probably longer than that. He said Cam was heated with Coach K. He said invest in gold bond stocks, no gold bars. It ever lose value. You fucked that up. Good morning, everybody. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. I'm at a jewelry convention. We're going to see some diamonds later on today. We're going to see some diamond rings, some diamond watches, some diamond chains. We're going to talk to some black gemologists. We're going to do it today, for real. My man said, I also grew up in a nation and I still eat Navy bean soup. Yeah, bean soup is the shit, yo. Your cash value is depreciating every day. When I was in Europe, I went to the cash exchange and I got they currency. I still had a pocket full of American money. I went shopping in Oxford Circus in London, I believe, and I pulled out some American money, and the merchant was like, "Man, we don't want that." I couldn't believe it. He was like, "We don't want that. We want our own currency and shit. That shit ain't worth that and shit." I thought the U.S. money was gonna be worth more than theirs. It wasn't. True story. As a fan of the platform in Pittsburgh, I was geeked you covered Boaz. That's my second time interviewing him. I interviewed him. I interviewed DJ Afterthought. I interviewed Hardo. I interviewed Huss. Huss died. He was one of Hardo's buddies and shit. I think he died trying to help somebody. The Arab stopped you on the U.S. dollar. That's a problem. Nah, I ain't been keeping up with the basketball games, man. He said, Huss is my stepbrother. He's a cool dude, man. I met him. He's a cool dude. Rest in peace to him. I heard he lost his life trying to help somebody and shit. I was very, very disturbed by that. I get y'all hip hop from everywhere, all regions. Detroit, what up? I'm about to get up off of here, man. It's time for me to hit the gym. Y'all should do the same. He tried to save someone on the freeway and got hit by another car. Yeah, I heard that. That was not long after I met him, man. I was fucked up about that. But anyway, it's time to put this tripod to work. It's time to put that tripod to work. I'm about to get up out of here, man. It's time for me to start the domination. Go start it in the gym. Y'all should do the same. Y'all have a wonderful day. Follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV _ so you don't miss nothing. Respect the dribble. Peace.